Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Tale of Dice. We have been back from a 2-week hiatus from the main story to come back to you all with the story of the pack. I've also been gone for 2 weeks because I'm bald. I went away to go bald, to never go bald again. I actually went away to go have a hair transplant, which is now beautifully done and should be growing as we speak.
You're still bald.
Yeah, for now I am, but not for long. Fast forward a few months and you'll see me with luscious locks all the way over my shoulders and stuff.
See that.
You'll be our personal Fabio.
Beautiful, beautiful. And that way I can also better roleplay those characters, of course.
Yeah, you're gonna be our Jonathan now.
Nice. All right. So you will have to adjust your eyes accordingly to this visage for the coming weeks as my hair grows back. And in the meantime, that is all of the announcement that I have. However, we have another big announcement, and that is that from now on, we have spammed the internet enough with our own little chaos that is A Tale of Dice, and we are now officially affiliate with Twitch.
Yeah.
So yay! So that means that next to the fact that we are now professional assholes on the internet, we can also start reaping the rewards of being an affiliate with Twitch, which comes in the form of different Twitch emotes that can also be spammed to us. And with us, we mean, of course, our producer, because we will be busy with our own thing.
Did we already put in a few? I'm not sure yet.
Or does that still need to happen?
I think the emotes still need to happen.
Oh, okay. So that'll have to wait a little bit.
Yeah. We have
Jump the horse
in
in that one?
stock, but we just have
All
to
right.
get
Okay.
them in there.
But still, those things are happening right now, so that's fucking
Just
awesome.
so you're aware, we already have our first subscriber.
Ooh,
Yeah,
really?
And he's watching right now. Hey, Ganja Nation.
Hey.
Who is it?
I know who it is.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's
Adrian, right?
yes.
Yeah.
And where does he
Well,
live? What is his
Oh my god,
address?
Adrian, you rock.
Can we send him flowers?
But yeah.
Hell
thanks
yeah.
A lot. Thanks a lot.
This is fucking awesome. Like this is the next big step in this whole crazy endeavor of ours. So we love that we are now able to call ourselves at least a little bit professional-ish with this sort of stuff. So this will also, of course, get us very excited to do a lot more stuff, and we will try to make it better every week for all of you. And as part of Twitch affiliate, we will also start getting the setup for the Friday streams up and running. We've already started something with that, but it was difficult. And
Oh, we did it 2 times.
we're
so-
sorry.
Yeah.
We're sorry. We'll get better. We'll get
the
better.
hang of it.
Oh, and another part of being affiliate is that we actually will have some sponsors next to Llama.
Yeah, that's true. But for now, we just have one sponsor, and the sponsorship of this week, Llama is a very big llama.
Calling him
Don't
Flo-
let us.
We saw it in the
fool you.
last encounter where Llama actually beat an ancient green dragon all on its own.
Yeah, that's true. I heard about that.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's why Llama now makes minis, because size really doesn't matter. And Llama doesn't want to say much more about that.
Llama is a very
But
stoic
it's about how
character.
you use the minis, people. And the fun you can have with them.
These actually get worse and worse.
Wait, is this size accurate? Like, are they as big
this the
as
skill?
llama?
Yeah.
That
Like-
would be big minis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those would be maxis.
Well,
Like not
well,
minis,
it
they
has
were
been said
maxis.
that guys often mix up measurements and
Oh
such.
yeah, sure.
I have to say though, I'm a little bit disappointed that it's not Comic Sans, but
Oh yeah, sure. That makes sense. Next
we'll
time.
get there. We'll get there.
We will. No, it's gonna be even better than.
Even worse. Oh my god. Does Llama
Comic
have
Sans
any
is
more?
like the iceberg of bad
Mhm.
type.
Okay.
There's much more.
Oh god. Well, we'll be sure to tune in next week to see what Llama has in store for us then. Once again, thank you very much, Llama. And with all that out of the way, I think we are done with all of the announcements for today. So, ladies and gentlemen, shall we play a game?
Yeah.
And we're back. It's been quite some time since we left the pack to go on another Halloween-esque adventure, so let's recap what happened last time. The pack was now part of a sort of bodyguard group assigned to the Bellethrome, a large seafaring vessel which would get them up and running towards their ultimate goal, that is the revenge of Grakal on the Maddox, the one that enslaved him and very, very many others. However, the Maddox right now should have been already en route to the distant swamp magic frosted province of Fellover, and as such the pack needed to find some form of transportation to chase him, in the form of the Bellethrome, which right now had set their sails toward Irithrel, a nice little port town which was used by a lot of different ships as a provisioning base before they would set off on their journey further north. A city which was a little bit interesting as it had some history as a place where cold iron was mined and worked with. A metal which got its name from its bluish hue, but also seemed to be somewhat of a anti-matter to like fiendish and fake creatures. Hannah, as a Eladrin who learned that she at least a little bit fey-ish, thought that it might be a nice way to figure out if she actually was a fey creature, although it seemed that her fey heritage wasn't that intense. She did feel uncomfortable touching it, but not enough to actually get any detrimental results, which is nice actually, because well, it's not nice to have something that you're allergic to on your person the entire time. However, another different thing also transpired here in this port town. First off, our good friend Iro found a friend in another halfling named Ori, which took Iro under his wing to conduct some halfling business in the local pub, where our adventurers would also have a good night rest later this day. But as the rest of the party went out of their way to explore the rest of the city, a far too familiar storm got into the harbor town and wreaked havoc on all its denizens as the two lighthouses were seemingly attacked by a group of elemental, storm-like creatures called Mephits, as Hannah recalled. Our adventurers were able to clear out one of these packs at one of the two lighthouses that enveloped this port town, while it seemed that a other group of people were able to vanquish the other group at the other lighthouse. However, after this, the keeper of the lighthouse informed you that it would be better for you all to come with her to talk to the Lord and Lady of Irithrel, because they might have some information about what this all is, as it seems that this storm is not normal, a little bit magic, and also seems to be hot on your tail.
And reoccurring, right?
And reoccurring, yes.
Still not totally. I'm still just
You have
wondering.
no clue what happened, to be honest.
I still just think that it's a normal storm. I mean,
Yeah,
storms-
most of the information
after
we got.
it's just a conspiracy theory that the storm follows.
Exactly. Yeah.
For you, it was
We
actually
got
a
the
normal
information, but you weren't there, so you still don't know.
Yeah.
However, what Iro does know is that at this moment in
Gladly.
time we rewind a little bit to see what Iro was up to. Because eventually, as Iro entered the pub, you went your separate way. But Iro, right now, the doors opened towards the beautiful Fragrant Falls Inn, where the different patrons were calling out Ori's name, as he seems to be somewhat of a known person in this tavern. And as he was shaking hands with different people, he also wanks you to join him on a table.
Oh, of course I joined.
Well now, so what are you drinking?
What do you have?
Well, I don't know. Valen, we need something for his stature. Oh god. Even if you're a halfling yourself, that's racist and you know it. As you can look at Valen, who is a half-elf who seems to run the tavern at this part. Valen has short, spiky brown hair, seems to have always a large grin on his face, which just only widens when Ori was making these types of jokes, and also has like a nice bluish hue color flannel blouse on, which is a little bit loose and seems to catch the wind nicely as he tends to all the tables and eventually also comes to your table and gets in front of you two small cups made of like something of a ceramic stuff, and also like a very large jug which reminds you as a human from planet Earth as a bottle for somewhat of a moonshine type of beverage. As he puts the jug up on his shoulder and pours the 2 small glasses. Good luck. And then he removes himself from the table.
What is the name of your world actually again?
Oh, that's called Ido.
I don't.
Yeah, that's at least what the people of this continent seem to call it. And towards the rest of the world.
I agree. I lift my glass to a new friendship,
Here,
and
here.
then I shot it.
Oh no.
Ori does the same. Go ahead and make a fortitude saving throw for me, please.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That will still be a 40.
Ooh, like you didn't really realize it, but whoa, this stuff is very functional. So you jug it down, and you can just barely keep like the back in, but you can keep a straight face. And also Ori, as he jugs it, looks at you. Good. So, what does a halfling have to do in a small port town as Eritrea, actually?
Well, that's a funny story. It started with some chips. Like
Like-
any
wait,
good
wait.
story starts.
Poker chips or fries?
Fries.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Like a good halfling story starts.
Ooh. Phelan, do we have fries? What is
Some fries.
Oh, they're getting the munchies already.
Oh.
Like fried potatoes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and covered with bacon bits.
Bacon bits?
Bacon bits,
I
man.
guess I can make that work. It'll cost you though. Yeah, no problem. As Ori, poof, like a hefty coin pouch on the
You
table.
too own all the funds. How much do you take out of the funds?
Oh no.
I don't call it funds. I just call it fun.
I like that.
No, but you were telling this story.
Fun balance. Yeah.
Is Ira actually writing this down?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
To remind you, Ori is like a fat halfling with like mutton chop sideburns, like all the way down here, and has like a long overcoat on, but he has a shirt underneath it, and the overcoat also doesn't really seem to be able to match his circumference.
He seems a bit too likable. I'd be wary. I think he's a vampire or something.
Nah, halflings are not vampires.
Yeah.
So I started
He
out.
would only be a half a vampire, of course.
I started out in this port city after just traveling a bit and such.
Uh-huh.
And then I was standing on this marketplace, and all of a sudden there were these goblins that popped out and tried to take my fries. So first of all, I tried to attack the goblins.
Yeah, of course.
And there were some other people. There were 2 women elves and a dragon. And well, I didn't really have plans for the rest of the day, so I kind of followed them. I found out that one of the elves wasn't a woman. Still not really sure about that though. The dragon is he's pretty smart in his own way. Yeah. I mean, he can't communicate it to us, but he's pretty.
He seemed like a person with a lot of character.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we have this other elf, which just changes color ever so often.
Yeah, the Eladrin lass.
Yeah, it's pretty funky. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a like a very clear sign of emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes it very easy.
To read, yeah.
That's
It's good stuff.
yeah.
Good stuff.
I'm ready.
You're not easy.
Yeah, when she's upset, she can't say nothing.
No, it's just yeah.
you're not there.
I'm not here.
You're not easy, but it's just really easy to know how she feels. Yeah. So the Dragonborn Grakal was captured by some slavers. And now we just figured, well, we'll just follow the
Fuck 'em up.
slavers.
Yeah.
And
Seems
that's-
easy enough.
That's about it. Yeah.
Cool. Not a
And,
drink?
yeah, please.
Valen! Dude, come on, it's like these people are having breakfast, man. Yeah, this
It's
is
like
my
8
breakfast.
o'clock, right?
Yeah, this is 8 o'clock in the morning.
It's,
like, you just woke up.
technically it's a wheat breakfast or grain.
Yeah.
Well, moonshine is always susceptible for breakfast.
As another shot is being poured in, and as Valen is leaving, Ori is like, oh, yeah, thanks. And he just like, poof, puts like the entire bottle on the table with you guys, and you can actually hear it like jug around. There's at least like half of the bottle still left. It's like a ceramic like jug like this, and like half.
The
of it
bottle
is still
reminds me of home. The monks in my monastery made moonshine themselves.
Well, Master Brewer, then what do you think of this beautiful vintage that is called drink? I don't know, man.
I
Phelan makes
smell
it
it.
himself, I agree.
It smells like alcohol. A very good cheer, I suppose.
Very good.
Yeah.
Can't say you're wrong in that one.
I think this mixes really well with some more alcohol.
Yeah. You and I, Iro, we are gonna get along nicely.
We are.
So,
That's one.
as you're getting a few drinks on, he gets to asking you a couple of other things. So, but you actually told me that you guys were just heading over here to follow the slaver, but what actually got you out of the monastery in the first place, man? Like Moonshine City? Like,
Yeah.
why would you leave?
Well, if you know how to make moonshine, you can make moonshine everywhere.
Word.
It's like really easy to make. It's really easy to make. And I figured, well, I will just see the world, see what other drinks are available, just pick up some food along the way, see some places. Yeah, just
Good stuff.
walk around a bit.
Good stuff. Just making friends along the way.
Yeah, just making friends
Nice.
and seeing places, doing some fun stuff. Every so often giving a kicky punch to some stuff.
Ooh, hell yeah. Oh yeah, of course, the monastery bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do
Shit,
some
man.
some hard kicky punching.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
He stands up. Large belly. Come on, hit me.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Hit me.
I will hit it.
At this
Not
point.
in mountain steps though.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay.
No, you're not going all in?
That's a 27.
I think
27.
he counts as flat-footed because, like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
waiting
He's
for the attack.
drunk and he's just waiting for the attack, and you just. Boom.
You crit him. He crits him.
Go ahead.
Do I crit?
Go ahead and make a roll damage.
I did. 27. A
Yeah, go ahead and
19.
roll
Let's
damage.
Oh, yeah.
Did he crit?
Yeah, go ahead and roll critical hit damage.
Ah, yes.
So that means my watch started talking. So it means I can do double.
As it does. Yeah.
Yeah, double.
Oh, Dios mío. That's 9. That's 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage as you stand up. Like you try to maybe go into mountain stance, but you,
15
oh god,
is bad.
lose your balance just a little bit.
It's also twice your modifier,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
so 15.
15.
15 points of damage as you get your footing and just boom, and you can actually see like the ripples going through his stomach all the way at the tips of his fingers as he just like jiggles it up. So oh yeah, you can punch.
Yeah. I've broken some noses.
Wait.
I've
Oh no. Oh.
No, I'm good. And he sits back down. I need some more numbingness as he
brings
pours
you
himself
here?
another one. Ooh, I actually just travel around a lot. Like the thing is, eventually you have a lot of fun, and then you can have a lot of fun in all different types of places.
Yeah,
man.
that's what I
Yeah.
thought too.
Hell yeah. So I'm just also, although I was actually going further into the mainland because I heard that Ardalas was like the province for like fine wine and women and stuff. So yeah. Like in Ardalas they have this saying like hard work for wealth and fine wine for women. And those are like that's some good stuff right there. Yeah.
I do know how to make wine.
You do.
I do.
Mm.
We have some vineyards.
Although I gotta say, it seemed that you and those guys were because you were on a mission, right? So the fun will have to wait a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
That's
However, I could bring some distillery stuff on the boat.
That sounds like a good thing.
That sounds like a good idea. It's. Oh.
Phelan! What? What do you use to make this drink? Oh no, that's mine. No, it isn't. As he walks up and goes to the counter and goes with his fun bag and just opens it up. Psh, and he just like rips it entirely open so you can see what's inside it, and it seems to have some sort of a silvery color. But that's not silver. He gets like a few of those plates out of it, and they're like elongated. It's like small, like double square coins made to each other, and you know what this is. These things are platinum. Ooh. Like platinum pieces are 10 gold pieces a piece, and he seems to have like a bag full of it.
This is a big spender, man.
I almost thought you were gonna say Electrum, and I would have hated the CI for it.
Electrum doesn't exist. Electrum doesn't exist in this world.
Good.
So he pulls it out. He gets like a few, like as a hand of cards out, and he counts them. Gets to Valen, puts on another one on top of him, and Valen is just like, it's in the back. And eventually you can actually hear as a small halfling. You can't see the halfling because you only have like the counter of the bar, and then outside of it you can see like a pot stool, yeah, and just like moving it across the floor, and eventually it comes outside of it, pushes it towards the table. There you go.
Man, this is amazing, man. Oh.
Okay.
This is one of the most generous people I've ever met.
But you gotta give me this one thing.
Not sure though.
Yes.
We have to drink to it. As he pours something of his own, and he offers you it.
Man, I'm gonna get a pelt still for free. Clink. Whoop. I drink it.
And go ahead and make a fortitude saving throw.
Oh my god.
Again, a 14.
14?
Yeah.
No. As you take the drink, the halfling is laughing at you a little bit, and you continue the conversation, but it gets a little bit hazy, and eventually you just black out.
There you go.
I'm still gonna get a pot still when I wake up, I'm sure.
Nope, you lost your cash. You lost our
All right.
No, because the Grakal is our cash.
I have the cash.
Oh, thank God.
That's true.
So that is what happened. That is what happened to Iroh's morning, and the rest of the day it seems that you will have a nice little nap.
Wait, but did he steal your fries? You didn't finish, did you?
The fries were eventually brought to your table.
But he passed out.
Well, it took a while.
It took a while.
Oh.
Yeah, you had a nice little breakfast.
I'm just being worried for
He
you.
probably stole
It went from shots
pot
to this
still.
wonderful drunken night to like, Iroh's gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, I remember nothing, but it was the best night ever. Or day, I mean.
Can't walk anymore, but...
If we can find Ara back.
Oh,
I
it's
have
worth
no
it.
idea what this guy wants.
At the other side of town, our heroes were just entering the High Hall, the large place where the governmental body of Eritrea was situated, and where your new friend, the somewhat druidic keeper of the southern lighthouse, Kailora Soren, brought you. Kailora was now walking with you guys to greet the Lord and Lady of Eritrea, Lord and Lady Marvale and Sarah Archwood. Two half-elven nobles. As we remember, Eritrea was like a place where elven and human society very much mingled. Both with brown hair. Lord Marvale, short brown hair and a nice ring beard, and Sarah, the somewhat longer version of the hair, and both having complexions as it looked like they could actually be like, they were such a good couple that they looked like brother and sister. Those two nobles greeted you and brought you in, and eventually led you through the actual temple to Coralon, because the High Hall was next to the fact that it was a governmental building, it was also the temple of this small city. And after circumventing, because the main hall that you guys entered was like a half circle of all different types of benches with like a walkway in between it, with like a large statue of Coralon, with like the other smaller deities having small shrines in the middle where actually the temple was. You were guided past that towards the actual like the hall where Lord and Lady would greet different types of people, with like a long table for people to also have like dinners at, because, well, as this is a port town for resupplying missions, sometimes also some larger vessels come here, which they need to be able to address accordingly in a nicely manner.
When we pass through these corridors and next to the Coralon's statue, Allison's just gonna pay his respects.
As Allisôn stops for a second as you guys are walking past, closes his eyes a little bit, says a little prayer, looks up at the statue, and then continues his way. As Coralán is the main elven deity. You guys are left towards this hall, and eventually Lord and Lady are sitting at one side of the table, all the way at the end, as you guys are joined there as well. As you can see that another human this time is coming around, which seems to be a thin individual with half-long dark blonde hair, sleekly backwards, like someone who in the Netherlands plays hockey. And has like large dark blue robes on. And everybody can make a society check for him, please. Except Iro, of course, because he is passed out drunk.
I'm sleeping.
You're sleeping.
Drunk or poisoned? I'm not sure yet.
Can I
Not much
choose to take
difference.
one?
Oh, sure, of course. You have no idea who this is.
5.
5. You have no idea who this is. You can actually see this man is from High Hartian descent. And that also rings a bell. Oh, right. He must be a representative of the Empire.
Okay, I had a 23.
And as such, although you know the actual job of these representatives, but he seems to be the one at this moment in time who also like nods gently at the Lord and Lady, and also has like a carafe of what seems to be wine as he is putting it into a couple of goblets for all of you, as he's just like helping out a little bit.
Can you explain his position again?
He's a representative
Of High Heart.
Yeah, of High Heart. So the entire continent is part of the Eurasian Empire, and they have like this gigantic network of communication lines, and therefore in all the different cities and towns they have a representative who basically does nothing more than act as a conduit for all the information that is done in the local government to pass it on to the Empire, and at which point the Empire might also issue orders for the Lord and Lady here to adjust their way of rule.
Do I know anything of the power of these people?
You know that they have some form of executive power themselves, but it's also always in conjecture with the Lord and Lady themselves, because the way the Empire operates is that in every city you have a Lord and Lady. They have the governing rights, and they can do so basically autonomously. However, then you always have a representative next to those to make sure that everything is done within the guidelines of the Empire. So, for example, as long as you are not in open rebellion with the Empire, things will probably go okay. Because we could actually see that, like in Las Sepals, the city where we were previously, even slavery was, well, maybe not encouraged, but at least, accepted in. So all the different places in the Empire have a lot of self-governing power, and these representatives are more just there to keep an eye out and help where they can. And if things would go south, then the Empire would jump in and that sort of stuff. So it's just like you have the Lord and Lady, and then you have the representative who just looks at there in the shadows and just like takes notes on everything that's happening. And only at the moment that things would be against the Empire's interest, then they would get involved and get some executive power, like, hey, Big Daddy Empire told us that, blah, 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 blah. So, as Lord and Lady are sitting down, their representative is sitting down next to them. Oh, sorry, this is our representative. His name is Haran Tolveer. He is here from High Heart to keep an eye on things. Please, have a seat and have a drink. All of you must be very much confused by how normal this all seems to be. Let me assure you that this is not something that happens every week. However, it is something that we are aware of that happens once in a while, and a while is also the best guess that we have.
Yeah, they told us 20-ish years.
Yes, indeed, as Lady Sarah is now also talking. Yes, indeed, it seems to be that once in, well, a couple of years, this storm seems to pass by and seems to, well, be something more than just a normal storm. It doesn't act like one. It gets like all things rushed about. It also seems to be acquainted with lightning quite a bunch.
Yeah.
And it seems to also give rise to all types of elemental creatures. The Lord is now taking over again. It goes by many names. Some people call it the maelstrom, others call it the wrath of the rain. But this thing has been out there for, well, if not decades, sorry, if not centuries, then millennials. We don't even really know if it's just one thing or more of them, but it seems to have its house somewhere at the East Sea, the Western Sea, and seems to wreak havoc once in a while. It's also very erratic, so things seem to be of like a elemental nature, like chaotic. However, that's all we know also.
It actually, that's quite a approach. It actually managed to slay dragons for you.
Well, a storm is difficult to combat, I guess. We've heard a lot of different stories. Some people expect it to be a large dragon who just seems to command the storm at its wake. Others are calling...
Yes,
You have
it
you
is
seen
obvious. Sign from Valanau, great dragon of storms. He bring wrath upon you.
Grakal has certain beliefs.
At this moment in time, the representative Heron actually chimes in a little bit. Excuse me, Master Dragonborn. You were talking about your god.
No, a god.
One of your gods.
Son of Kuranau. Angry son, Valanau.
Interesting.
He-
Son?
yes,
What?
Kuranau. We are all sons of Kuranau, or daughters.
From where do you hail from?
They say wild
Wild growth.
lands, wild growth.
Interesting. Excuse me for the interruption. Carry on.
Can I make an elements check?
An elements check.
Yeah, to see if I've heard of this before.
Oh, lore elements. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead and make a recall knowledge check to see. You have had some experience with this now. Let's see if you can ascertain what this might be.
Natural 20.
Wow.
Natural 20. Nice.
For a total of 27.
Oh, 27.
You have heard of, because you were, while you were studying the elementals, you were also very intrigued of how far their power could go. And one of the things that you recall from your readings is what was called a Elder Tempest. A very, very strong elemental creature, which was somewhat dragon-shaped, and which seemed to always be at the center of a large storm, which would fit this description perfectly.
Are you sad of him? Or do you keep this to yourself?
No, I explained this. It sounds to me like an Elder Tempest. Do you know about them?
The three individuals all look at each other for a second. No.
I've studied the elements.
Miss-
For, I'm Hannah. I'm sorry.
Ah.
Hannah.
And you are learned in these types of
A
creatures?
little bit, yeah. I just read about it for a little bit, and it's called Elder Tempest, and it's dragon-shaped, and it's always at the center of a giant storm. So it really sounds like this is it.
As Heron pulls out another map with like all different types of papers in it, and he rummages through them a little bit, which also seem to contain some sort of sketches of like different outlines of dragon-esque creatures. And he eventually says, well, it surely fits all the descriptions that we have gathered over the years. We will take this into account and see if we can find any further information on these creatures. An Elder Tempest, you said?
Yeah.
Alright.
Shaped like dragon.
Yeah.
Then Avatar of Valanau. We hunt and kill it, for Valanau brings only death to world.
I believe this is way beyond our capabilities right now.
Well, at least at this moment in time, as we have some more information, I will make sure we send word to Rise to see if we can get any more information about these creatures.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service in this.
No problem.
Do you have a last name?
No.
No. No matter. as long as we have your true name, or at least the one in your...
Aww.
As he starts to look at you, and the representative starts to quickly make a sketch of your face.
Which color?
just in pencil, so
Okay.
gray, I guess. But he makes a quick sketch from your outlines of your face, and eventually it just finishes. All right. The Empire will make sure to fill you in on any further information that is acquired through your aid in this endeavor.
Allisôn,
Thank you.
puts a hand on your shoulder. Okay.
Yeah.
You keep on amazing me, dude. Like, yeah.
Beyond capabilities. No such thing, Allisôn. You powerful warrior. Iroh, powerful warrior.
We all have so much to learn.
Milo, powerful warrior.
You know,
Yo! Henna,
I
no
had you.
Tempest.
I had you on my people I love list, but I think I'm going to remove you. Yeah. Grakal,
Hannah
you
will
need-
remember this.
Yeah.
Grakal, powerful warrior. Now, with help of Hannah, we kill. We kill
The powerful-
Avatar of Vala now.
The powerful warriors and Henna.
I did some damage last time, you know?
You did. You
Hannah,
did.
powerful cast. Gives away.
Still sad though.
Caster.
We have big weapon
I
on
can
boat.
hit.
It is like
I have a big weapon.
launch. If we use weapon on boat, we can launch big arrow at Dragon Storm.
Grakal, you really underestimate the situation.
The other three individuals, the Lord and Lady and the representative, all look at each other a little bit, and eventually also Heron asks, is there any indication of a power level that you might remember of these creatures?
Do I know this?
A
A lot. Like
Like-
a lot.
Like, to put it in gaming terms,
Yeah.
you expect a level, so a creature with a level of like 25 to 35.
Oh, so
We
pretty easy.
can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty easy.
I mean, if we add our levels up, we get to like half of that.
Like the Elder Tempest
A
was
third, maybe?
like a creature of apocalyptic power level. So basically, to put it in game terms, like this would be like when you guys are level 18, this would be like a nice fight for you all to have, if it actually is that creature.
Fair. Yeah. He's like really
I think we get the gist of it.
Pretty.
Did you say
pretty
really
strong.
like 20 times or something?
Yeah.
Between 25 and 35 times. Either way, we will make sure that if any information is found on this, we will let you know. It's the least the Empire can do. In the meantime, as it seems that this storm just seems to pass over once, it seems that we are all in the clear for now then.
Is the storm what caused the drove of the farms?
Excuse me?
The drove of the farms. Like the farms here? We
Mhm.
came here for resupplying on our ship, but not a lot of supplies were there. We
There
couldn't
is
find a lot of supplies.
There is no drug that I'm aware of in this moment. As the representative also looks at Lord and Lady, we have had no such words from the farmers of any kind actually. Provisions seem to run through this town steadily as always.
Okay, and that's. Thank you for that information.
Sarah now asks, does this distraught you?
Let's just say that some of the merchants here weren't very honest. That's all.
May I ask which one?
I'm gonna say
Do
that.
it.
So we
Do
can't
it.
kill people we don't trust at all.
I
and
forgot the name of Max, but Allisôn would give the name.
Okay.
He's kind of
The name was Marvellian,
Marvellian.
of the Marvellian storehouses.
That sounds like an Allisôn thing to do.
Yeah.
To tattletale.
Oh God.
It's going to be your day.
As the Lord is actually like looking a little bit distraught for a moment, and eventually you can hear the door from the other side open. Of course, speaking of the devil, may I introduce Captain Dumaine. Captain Dumaine Marvellian. As you can see that a half-elven gentleman is now walking inside the quote-unquote throne room of the High Hall. He seems to have a beautiful, nice cold iron chainmail on his person with a small buckler shield at one side and like a beautiful elven curve blade, all made from cold iron, in his sheath. As he walks up next to you, Lord, lady, representative.
This man lied to you?
Is this the same?
This isn't the same guy. Although you can see some family traits in both.
Resemblance.
Yeah, in both persons.
No, Grakal, I do not know this man.
Then he lives.
So,
First off, Captain, how went the efforts at the Northern Lighthouse? We were able to vanquish all of the methods without any issue, and it seems to be that Eritrea is now once again safe.
you were the ones who took care of that.
And you were the adventurers who took care of the Southern
Yes.
Lighthouse.
Yes.
Great battle. Not
Eritrea.
much blood. Sad.
But a lot of water,
Yeah,
I think.
a lot of water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Eritrea is in your debt. And as I recall, I have also been summoned here by our Lord and Lady to make sure you are repaid for your efforts. Indeed. While it seems that we also have another point of business to attend to, me and my wife have decided to honor your battle today against the elemental creatures and what now might very well be called a Elder Tempest and his minions, to award you with a symbolic gesture of our town. I'm allowed to escort you to the armory of Eritrea and offer you one of our prized weapons of cold iron.
Oh,
Take a souvenir.
be honored.
Well, I don't even know it. I didn't choose weapons. Never mind.
However,
You didn't even
my
fight.
lord, you were talking about another point of business?
I mean, you're not going to take some from me, though.
Yes, it seems to be that we have some trouble with the Marvellian storehouses. Oh God, not again. I'm afraid so, Domain. As like the demeanor drops a little bit, and you can see that the town is fairly small, but has a lot of business coming through it because it's a very poor town. But you can see like the guard captain, the representative, and the lord and lady. While they should have very professional relationships, they seem to be on very good footing with each other and just like talking amongst each other as friends. I think that he might have tried to get a little bit of a better deal with you then.
That's correct. Well, not particularly with us, but with our captain.
Which is the captain of
The trio?
Bella
Bella
Throw.
Throw.
Better I'm a bit.
Very well. Be assured that I will visit my brother shortly. However, if your business with our Lord and Lady representative is completed, I will be waiting for you shortly to escort you to the armory and make sure that you are rewarded for your efforts.
We would be honored to follow you.
I will be waiting for your return. As he just walks out of the room to make sure that you guys are ready with your conversation here.
Maybe they have big weapon like they have on boat, but that we can carry, and cold iron.
You already got a new weapon.
You just got a new weapon.
But for you, but big, that you can carry.
A hand ballista.
Yes.
I would very much like to see if they had a rapier.
New morning star.
I look at your rapier, like this small weapon, this immasculine thing compared to my giant
This
axe.
toothpick.
Yeah. Like, yes. Disappointed.
Well, somewhat of a mixed surprise there, but be sure that you will be rewarded, as we said. And next to that, I believe that our good captain will make sure that the provisions are provided for you for a more than reasonable price.
Let's just say I already managed to get the reasonable price this time around, but he's trying to.
We will now upgrade it to a more than reasonable price.
Allisôn just nods.
I fist bump you in the back of your shoulder. Good. Like, good job.
Go ahead and make a fortitude saving throw for me.
Oh god. I think I'm actually fine on this one. For 20.
Strong face, iron.
One single tear.
Thanks. Thank you.
All right, but it seems that this might actually conclude our business. I have heard word that you are already being able to stay in our lovely Fragrant Falls Inn. So good to hear that you will be cared for under our roof. Is there anything else that the Lord and Lady of Eritreal can help you with?
We'll be here for another day. Is there anything that our group of adventurers might be able to help you with? Other things?
Not that I'm aware of.
Very
I feel
well.
that one attack by elemental creatures might be enough for today.
She said too.
Huh.
For now, it seems that you have done your duty and you are earning your well-deserved rest. And at this moment in time, I think it would be like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Sure. Yeah, I remember the storm coming sooner than we expected and stuff. Yeah, makes sense.
Makes sense. Well, in that case, we'll take our leave.
Very well. The captain is waiting for you. Enjoy your stay in our beautiful city. It seems that the storm is already clearing up. And safe travels.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
All right.
And we go off.
Okay.
What was the name of the druid again?
The name of the druid, her name was Kailora. Kailora Soran. But she seemed to be like just basically she seemed to be level 1.
Yeah.
As in she did have some
Yeah.
druidic magic, but she was mostly just like a keeper of the lighthouse with some tricks.
I was supposed to help her in the morning, so I need to turn in.
Oh,
she
yeah, right.
basic, girl.
Yup, she basic AF.
It's not nice
We're
to
all
say.
still pretty basic.
It's not nice to say.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there, slowly but
I
surely.
refuse this statement. It's
I
banned.
do too.
All right. As you guys are.
Yeah, we'll follow the captain.
Yep.
Captain.
So can I believe your brother is a bit of a problem around here?
Sorry.
You're gonna start off with
He
that?
spares no time correcting you, half brother, but yes. However, again, we will take care of our own business. For now, if you would please follow me to our beautiful armory. As he strides forward. So, how did the battle with these elemental creatures go?
They all got hurt. I killed a lot.
There were,
Good.
Let's just say there were a lot of them, few of us. We managed.
Very well.
But no shield for me. Still waiting. Good shield.
Ah.
It turns into large axe. And then I put it back and take out a spear. So good.
Seems interesting.
Yes, but have to wait for another half day.
Grakal found the Talasiri.
The what now?
Talasiri.
Talasiri. Aren't those elves who craft their things without magic?
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Yes.
If that is the case, then it seems that our prize might go to one of you. So looks at both of you. As he takes a look at your large morning star at the back of your. Although I have to say that the armaments that have been crafted throughout the years are more of a dexterous nature.
I think that would be me.
I have dex as well.
But you don't have, like, weapon finesse.
No, but I can get a weapon.
As you guys are led towards the armory, like a large guardhouse, he walks in, and a couple of other people are also sitting there, and you can see that the rest of the guards, like he as the guard captain, has his beautiful gear on as a statement of his power level, but the rest of the guards that are just sitting there, like maintaining their weapons and their different types of armor, it seems that all of them have color schemes in the same one as his, but only a few actually have like pauldrons of cold iron, and the rest is all just normal chain. So it seems to be like you can see 3 different ranks basically in the Eritrean guard. Like you have the captain in his full gear, then you have what seems to be some sort of a lieutenant rank with like nice pauldrons of cold iron but normal chainmail, and there's like the normal chainmail without even any pauldrons like below that.
No plate.
No plates, no. It seems that the like full plate is a little bit too high on the ranking list to have like your own guard outfitted with that sort of stuff.
It's quite expensive.
Yeah, like this outfit that he has right now would already cost him about like 70 gold pieces.
Yeah.
So which would like be an equivalent of 7,000 euros or dollars.
Yeah.
So that's like a like it's a statement, to be sure. As he walks you through it, you have like a small hall where they are, like as I said, we're maintaining everything, and then he follows you through to the armory, and he stands there and he looks out over like the different types of weapon racks with a large amount of elven curve blades, like 10 of them. Well then, here we are. Throughout the ages, a lot of different artifacts have been crafted by the different craftsmen, and it seems that in a time where the guard was a little bit more expanded, that we were outfitted with a full set of cold iron weaponry, so it seems that we won't need all of them. However, I do hope that you realize how blessed you are that the Lord and Lady would actually just give you one of these items.
I am, as I said, very much honored.
All right.
Grakal feels compelled to decide which blade is going to be best for Allisôn. I want to make a religion check to see which one, speaks out to me through the
All right.
gods. Is that a thing that I could
Sure.
do?
Go ahead and make a religion check.
I
Enough
actually
for me.
thought you were just gonna take the biggest.
Yeah, that's my
Depends on what he
second. That's my
rolls.
second criteria.
Yeah, the biggest
The
one.
biggest one.
6.
6.
Or the
All right.
smallest one.
You are.
That's Allison's.
The armory where you are in right now is like stone all the way to the top, but at the top there is like a 2 lines of small windows at both sides to actually get some sort of natural light in it. And you can also see that there are a couple of torches on both sides of the armory which are now dimmed, like they are out. However, it seems to be that this room is in short supply of light. However, the storm is now passing, and as such you can see that Kura now is pinpointing a chair with his light, which is, that can't be right. And then you look over and you can see different beams of light, like, oh no, this is just normal light.
Grakal just kind of starts doubting his religion as he's doing this thing.
You can see different things, like the main rack of like the 10 like cold iron blades, and then a rack next to it which is completely empty but seems to be able to hold the same amount of those cold iron weaponries. You see a couple of 3 in total, like small, like it would be barrels, but the barrel is only like this big and this tall, a place for to keep arrows in. And you can see like different fletchings of like a nice blue hue sticking out of it, so it seems that they also would have some cold iron tipped arrows as well. And you can see that there are, at both walls, there are 2 shields on each side of the door, so 4 shields in total. And there are 2 weapons on one wall which seem to be somewhat strange. They are what are known as double-bladed swords or blade staffs, which has like a handle in the middle and then 2 curved blades on each side of them,
Nice.
which is very exotic and very elvish.
Okay, so I look at all the other blades. In that case, I'm gonna go with the second criteria. Which one's the biggest?
Oh yeah, the dual-bladed swords, like on their pedestal at the wall, like those
Grakal
are.
points at that one and looks at Allisôn. You should take that one.
Allison's not listening. But
Yeah.
he does seem interested about the double-bladed. What kind of weapon is this? Like,
They are called blade staffs, or twin blades by some. A little bit difficult to use if you're not trained in them. However, they should be able to pack quite a punch. The idea is that you can hold it in both of your hands, and as such you can actually distribute the weight a little bit, and you can actually get like both hits in with both hands for what seems to be an easier amount with still a high amount of damage. Like normally,
Darth Maul.
like normally, basically, yeah. Like normally you would have to hold like a light weapon in one hand to make it easy to use it. But this one you can actually just hold it in two hands and you can strike with both hands. But for you it's also an exotic weapon, so you would also have to train with it.
What would the other weapon traits of this weapon be?
Let's see here.
I'm actually looking for a weapon that has the deadly trait.
I will get back to you shortly. Let's see here to go to.
I want to use a weapon that has a deadly trait in my main hand.
Okay.
Don't most weapons have a deadly trait?
No, these are particularly deadly.
Feathers.
Feathers do.
But
have
is
deadly trait, yeah.
a kilo of feathers, does it weigh the same as a kilo?
Yes.
Yes.
But it's feathers.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't have the.
Steel's heavier than feathers.
No. However, this is an exotic weapon, which makes it very easy because you can take 2 actions to take 2 attacks, and only after that do the penalties apply to it.
Wow.
So basically you can take 2 attacks, and then you get a -8 because it has the elf, finesse, and forceful properties next to it.
Noise.
Yeah. So this is like an exotic weapon.
I would go for it, bruh.
Uh,
Grakal can teach you how to use it.
are there any one-handed weapons?
Yeah, like the elven, the elven curved swords are
Those are
also
two-handed too?
two-handed. Yeah.
Perpetual one.
Those are the only weapons?
Yes, those are the only weapons that they have.
Okay. In that case, what was the curve blade again?
The curved blade, that is just elf, finesse, and forceful.
Okay, in that case, we'll go with the two-handed.
Okay.
Haha!
Yeah.
Grakal cheers as you choose it. He's so happy about this.
Ooh, it's weird. This will take some practice. I mean, like it's heavy, but because it's beautifully balanced. Like you can play with it a little bit.
He's gonna try it a little bit, give it a swing.
Okay. Okay. So go ahead and make an attack roll without your proficiency, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Just see how it feels.
Without proficiency,
Mhm.
that would be a 18.
18. Whoa, it has a lot of momentum. But you can keep it and just. Seems nice.
It's great that these things are finesse.
Mm-hmm.
That's really
Elves,
good.
man.
What's the damage die on this thing?
It's a D6.
6.
D6 slashing. So it's not the hugest damage die, but it makes up for it because you can go out full out on attack.
Okay, I'm definitely interested in this thing.
All right.
Yes.
Much practice, Allisôn.
We fight much.
You can see that Captain Dumaine is looking a little bit sad at seeing it go, but his lord and lady told it. So.
Cool. How much does this thing weigh?
This thing weighs a total
Gets very
of
stuff.
3 bulk.
Okay, 3 bulk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow!
You can't carry that.
That's quite heavy.
Yeah, a normal elven curve blade already weighs 2 bulk.
Wow. Okay, there's a really good thing that we just had an errata on
Mhm.
this game. Like there was an errata that.
Oh, about bulk, yeah.
basically- Yeah, about bulk and other things. Like a backpack just covers 2 bulk. So I think I'm good.
For now, you can at least carry it, or like,
Yeah.
Grakal, Daddy, can you carry this for me?
No, I think I can carry it,
All right.
but that's only because of the errata.
Yeah.
So that's good.
All right.
Yeah, I'm already at my limit, basically. Well, not right now, but when I get the
Yeah,
other
like-
thing that's 1 or 2 bulk?
That thing was the bulk of a. Let's see here. I didn't calculate the
It
bulk
wasn't
of
that
that.
heavy.
It
No,
was
no,
a
you described it as not
spear.
heavy, but it's
it's
still
very
like, you know,
Probably
big and difficult to...
How much is your metal shield? Is
My
that 1 or 2 bulk?
shield is 1 bulk.
1 bulk? Okay, so then like the whole apparatus would also be 2 bulk.
So that would save me up 2 bulk.
I can carry this on my own for now.
Yeah,
Right?
that's fair.
Like,
But
right
I can.
now I'm just encumbered because I have too much on me. But
Yeah,
when
you
we're
just
at
like
the
you,
ship-
you can carry it in your hands, but you can't like maneuver quickly in combat. So it's
This-
not like you can just like.
Yeah. But it does mean I can play pack mule
Yeah.
from now on because that thing's gonna save me 2 bulk in weaponry.
Insert Death Stranding meme.
Allisôn is looking forward to dance with this film.
Seems to be useful for that.
It's really awesome.
Alright.
All right.
I guess we go back to the inn and see how drunk Iro is.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
he's
I'm
even
first
there.
going to if you guys want to go to the inn, I'm gonna go to the ship and I'm gonna inspect the dragon turtle if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, sure, go ahead.
All
Grakal is fine with you doing your thing and him just
I
going
need to
to
drop
rest.
these things off anyway, and before the
Okay.
So
if you want, you can just also carry your own stuff and just put it there.
my weapon, was it finished this evening or next
Evening.
morning? Oh, the evening.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna kill time at the inn until the evening to go
Alright.
pick it up.
Okay.
Sweet.
So Allisôn is going for a nice little walk. You shake hands with Dumaine. Again, he makes sure that well, the provisions will be provided.
I'll go to our captain
Mhm.
as
Love
well,
it.
and I'll basically inform him on what happened and tell him that we will get even a better price.
Well, now it seems that you are not only bodyguards for the battle throne, but for Eritrea as well. Good job. Good job. Also for us, of course. You were talking about trying to investigate the dragon turtle.
Yes.
It seems that the and he walks all the way to the back of the ship because like the ship is still very busy with getting all of the different supplies and things on board, and the rest of the crew is also working with that. As he looks over the balustrade, it seems that the electrical energy has somewhat subsided. Although I would be a little bit careful if I were you. It's all yours, I guess.
Can we get it on board?
That would be a very, very difficult haul indeed.
Can we get it on land?
You are free to try.
Are any of the crewmates?
I'm afraid that our crew is busy at this moment.
Okay. All right.
He also like laughs at you a little bit, like, "Okay, good luck."
Okay, then.
Allisôn is right now basically wondering, okay, so we're gonna drag this thing behind the ship for the rest of our journey? Is that the idea?
Until they get to their destination where they can sell it. This is just a provisioner's port, so they were thinking like, this is not really the place where who wants to buy a dragon turtle? It's made of coal iron? No, keep it.
Okay, in that case, Allison's gonna undress, basically jump in the water.
Okay. So what do you want to do with the dragon turtle?
Cause of death, at least, when I examined that. If it's just because of lightning, or well, we were speaking about the dragon form kind of creature. If
Like
that's-
see if there you can
if
have
there
any
are
claw
bite
marks or whatever.
Claws or anything like that. If there are any materials that would be interesting, for example, the fangs or that kind of stuff, and what kind of shape it is, how old is it, how long ago did it die,
All right.
those kind of things. So mostly medicine-based stuff.
So let's see. I will start you off with one medicine check to like see the cause of death and well, let's start with that. Like how did this creature die?
Did it die?
Oh, I think it's still
It is
alive.
kind of a recurring
Natural
theme
one?
right now, isn't
Natural
it?
one?
This natural
It's-
one.
well, no.
business.
I have this always.
No, but I gotta-
Every campaign I play in.
I've got an explanation for you. Because the dragon turtle was not only dead when you found it, and you not only dragged it behind you, but it was also already half eaten when you got to it because of like the large bird creatures. So it's very difficult to see what actually killed this thing. You have a lot of burn marks from all different like lightning bolts that hit it, which you can see on like the turtle shell itself. No idea what else happened. You can see like a small bolt impacted the head as well because it has like a small burn mark, but not enough to actually kill it. And for the rest of the body, it's been like it's already half eaten. And then you started dragging it behind you, and then some other sea creatures also got to it. And even right now, you can see some fish creatures like scuttering around it, seeing if they can get nice little bites. So that's the cause of death. Then, what else did you want to know? like
Well-
how old it was.
Yeah, given we're gonna drag it for multiple weeks behind us.
See if you can keep it.
It's not gonna decompose
Yeah.
before.
With all
Slowly
the
falls
components
apart
that
as
it
we
Mhm.
has.
Okay.
drag it along.
Alright.
Keep them safe. Or at
Go ahead
least-
and make another medicine check.
I imagine
I don't
carcasses
get
and salt
electrocuted
water
when I
don't
touch it,
mix
right?
well.
No. It seems
Okay.
to be like what the captain said was true. Everything is okay right now.
This is way better.
Maxime speaks from
Um,
experience.
Medicine, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. 26.
26. As the fleshy bits are being eaten, you are like investigating the internal
bones are the
structure of
interesting
the
thing.
thing. The bones seem to be intact. I mean, nothing's wrong with that, and you can see where the bolts were actually jolted into, like the front legs of the creature. They would actually hold for a time, but it might be easier to take this opportunity to untie them and tie it to the actual tortoise shell itself, which of course is a beautiful thing and might actually fetch a price somewhere. Then go ahead and make a survival check to see what types of things might be interesting for this creature.
14.
14. The basic things, indeed. It seems to have like nice claws. Like the hands of this creature itself are like large flippers, but eventually also end in like large nails or claws. You can try to see if you can get those off. Of course, the different fangs, and you look inside the throat of this creature, and you see a lot of weird stuff. You see what seems to be 2 different openings, like this creature has something in its mouth with 2 openings on both sides, which aren't present in a normal living turtle or a normal living
Okay.
thing.
Okay, that's very interesting.
Like two giant saliva valves. It's the best thing I can
Very
say.
interesting. I'm gonna inspect those things.
Okay.
I'm gonna die.
Go ahead and make a.
Would this be a thing that would cause a breath weapon?
Go ahead and make a reflex saving throw before. Because you said I'm gonna touch it.
That doesn't fix before he does anything. And even I,
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
You're dead.
natural one.
Yeah.
Natural 1. Okay.
It's not
so-
gonna be alright.
No. You just it's a natural 1, so it's a critical failure. So you don't take 1, but you take 2 points of fire damage.
Oh,
As you jump inside the water and you get close to it, and it's very difficult, of course, to see underwater, let alone see what these things are. So eventually, your curiosity take the best of it, and you touch it, and it's burning to the touch. And then you also get like close to the second one to see if it's the same. And yeah, that thing is also very hot still.
Okay, it remains hot. That's very interesting.
And go ahead and make a nature check for me, please.
Yeah, Allison's wondering if there's something inside of it that can remain hot.
I'll give you a bonus for this one because you already said something.
Jesus Christ, I'm always rolling so low. Nature?
Nature, yeah,
12.
12.
Natural
Well-
5.
Dragons do have breath weapons. It's a
Yeah.
dragon turtle. Makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, Allison doesn't know a lot about the nature of that dragon, so
No.
that's why he's very interested. But
You have no idea if like dragons normally just have like a magical like casting fireballs in their mouth and then spitting them out or something, or if it's like an organ that they would have, or
do I believe that, for example, the head of this creature would remain in its place on our journey? Or do I have to cut off this head?
yes,
to
like
make-
this entire creature, like there are a couple of bites out of it, but the shell of this creature, like it's not called a dragon turtle for nothing. Like its hide is very thick and almost impossible
So
for
that's
normal
scales?
creatures to go through. It's it doesn't really have scales, but it does have almost like a carapace of some sorts. Like it's like the mean between a carapace and like leather lizard hide. So like you can see that the head itself has like 2 different flaps of skin which fold over each other, and then like also the claws themselves have like a large flap of skin, and then like the wrist also has one, and so forth and so forth.
Okay.
So you like, and those things can't really be eaten. Like this creature isn't really a good creature to munch on.
Okay, so basically Allison believes that this creature will stay intact.
Yeah, it's gonna be intact for a while.
Okay, cool. So
Very
in that-
hardy creature.
Yeah, in that case, he's gonna climb on the ship again.
Okay.
This takes a couple of hours, I believe, and then afterwards he'll just go
All
through
right.
it.
All right. In the meantime, you guys are getting ready to enter the Fragrant Falls Inn. And as you do, let's see here. Nice. Going down. So, as you walk in, the inn is pretty quiet because this time of day, well, in the morning, a couple of people were having their breakfast here, as a lot of the seafaring creatures that got into the inn were now making their way back to their place of work. However, now in midday, you can actually see that the inn is exactly deserted. No tables are actually set. You can only see that two different people are behind the counter. One, which name you did not catch, but Valen, like the grinning half-elf with like the spiky brown hair. And also, it seems like a half-elven bar maiden is now also joined him. She has two beautiful pigtails of long blonde hair, and it seems that she is like standing like this a little bit and flirting with him, as Valen is like also flirting back a little bit, but just trying to do his job also, as he is like getting all the mugs clean and lining them up as he notices you entering. Greetings! We're gonna get you fine folk.
Iro.
You can get us an Iro. I do not know what an Iro is.
Did you see her?
Is it
a
food or
little-
drink?
Yeah, we both make the same motion.
The halfling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you mean Ori?
No,
Other.
arrow.
The friend he took with him.
Almost
Yeah.
same,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
different.
you guys are the pack.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Okay, so he
Yes.
he already got you rooms. However,
Arrow or Ori?
I believe it was, like, I think it was Ori actually who bought your
Really?
rooms. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Wait, you're not with him?
We
Oh,
are
it seems
with
to be-
Iro.
Okay, so Iro had a heavy morning, and he is now sleeping in his room because he had a couple of drinks. He's good though.
He's
although,
passed out.
well, yeah, and he might jump up a little bit because he has a large pot for cooking liquor in next to his bed. If he doesn't remember where it's from, send him to me. I'll set him out straight.
Okay.
So Arlo is actually
Iro
kidnapped.
always gets so much fun.
Did he buy it himself?
No, that was Ori.
I hold up our party funds. I'm like,
All right. Oh,
No,
okay.
it's,
No, then it's
We're good.
I still don't really trust him with our
Ori
funds, so-
comes in here once every few weeks, and it seems to be that he's a very giving person.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, he's rich?
Well, a little less rich right now because he freaking bought the thing off me. But yeah.
Alright. Part of pack now?
Sure. They're both halflings, so
Well,
maybe we can switch.
Let's include all the halflings.
yeah. I mean, one halfling, two
well,
halflings.
it's gonna be difficult
Rich
because Ori
halfling.
left already. So
He left.
yeah, I don't know.
Where
Ori
did
where?
he go to?
I don't know. His own way, I guess.
Ah.
Aw, did
Very
he leave
well.
a note?
I don't know. I mean, like he helped Iro to his room, which is, those names are weird together. But
Yeah.
no, but he helped your friend up to his room and brought him his stuff, and then just went on his merry way, I guess.
I grab. Do I see a bucket lying around somewhere?
You make a perception check.
13.
You take a look around the room, and you can see in one of the corners there's like a bucket with a mop in it, because they were actually mopping the floor because their lunch rush was already past.
I point at it.
I take for Iro.
Why?
He do thing when too much drink.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, he's
It
vomiting,
goes
you mean?
like,
Maybe.
yeah.
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 Make sure you bring it back, okay?
Sorry?
Make sure you bring it back,
Yes.
like clean. Like just go wash it outside or something.
Iro will bring back clean.
And I take it.
Still with water inside it.
Makes it easier.
It's
and
not clean water.
I ask for directions to.
Oh yeah, so you go up the stairs and then it's room 14, I believe.
Okay. We go join
Yeah?
Iro in the room.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put the bucket down next to him. see
You
if
come
he's
to the room
alright.
and it's locked.
Ah. Then I put the bucket in front of the room.
I try to make I can.
You want to pick the lock?
Yeah. Why not? It's our room. I can get in if I want to, right?
You can ask for a key, but this
That's
also
too
works.
easy.
I remember the last time she tried to lockpick.
Yeah, but then I was under pressure. So
Alright. Go ahead and try to pick the lock.
Maybe maybe something's happening. There's
we're at the
pressure.
wrong room. Yeah. See.
Pity.
They were 19.
You can actually feel that the key is in the lock from the other side. So wait, no, but you got this. You get like another pin and cling, ding, 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 the key falls on the floor. I will allow you to make a perception check with a -4 at this moment because you're asleep.
Wait, how did he lock it from inside?
-4?
Mhm.
That still pays to 21.
How?
21.
always how you lock a door.
No,
Yeah.
Ori
Ori would have locked
put him in the bed.
That's fair.
So
Maybe I.
So as you are laying there, you can actually hear ding ding ding, ding and you jump up and you look. The room is a little bit hazy and it comes together and wait a second. You remember that large thing that Ori bought you and you guys were having a nice little drinking game and you look around and you can actually see a small piece of paper, small note, with next to it a glass vial. Which seems to be like diamond shaped, like a D8, but very elongated. So it's like in total it's like this big and this thin, with all different types of facets and a nice little metal cork in it. A cork with a metal holder and a small chain to it, so you can put it down. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. And the note actually reads here. A gift to remember me by. You're always invited, Ori.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Aw. And then the door breaks open.
And as you are holding this in
stand
your
there.
hands, the door boom, the door flies through the room, breaks through the no, the door is open.
It just creaks open and us there like, we did it.
And like you can see that Iroh, like one eye is half closed, the other one is completely open. You're not having a good time.
Hey, Iro.
How you guys doing?
I slide the bucket over.
Are you going to puke again?
Go ahead and make a fortitude saving throw. Like the adrenaline of waking up is now subsiding. Let's see if your
Oh,
stomach can
that's
hold it.
19.
19?
Oh.
You're good. You're good. Like, well, you're not good, but you're good.
I'm okay.
You're surviving. You're surviving.
So what did you do this morning?
You guys,
Yeah.
I got us a pot still.
A what?
We can make liquor, man. We can make our own booze, man.
And you see this large device standing next to him, like a large,
Look at it.
gigantic kettle with like a toot on top.
Feels like home, man.
You use many words I do not know. Liquor,
I think he can make
pot,
his
Alcohol?
own alcohol.
You know the wine that we drank?
alcohol. Allisôn explained alcohol.
You know that wine that we drank?
Yes.
It's much stronger than that.
stronger,
Stronger.
like great warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not understand, but good.
Yes. Most definitely.
And Grakal is happy with what he's seen. You know, Iroh's alive, albeit barely. And Grakal is gonna just slide over the bucket a bit further and then head
Go
off.
ahead. All right. And as these three people of the pack are coming together in the Fragrant Falls Inn, we will go ahead and take a little break.
Yep.
And we will be back with you shortly.
Love you guys. Check you soon.
Wanga wang.
We love you, Obama. Love you back.
Wanga wanga.
See you in a bit.
Lily,
Bye.
hi.
Hi, producer.
Having a break.
We're having a break.
Can you like?
We were on a break.
Yeah. Yeah.
On a break. There we go.
Thank you.